Welcome to Bashy's Corner. This is a very special program because we invite guests from all sections of society to talk politics, culture, any other issue which they think is important. And that is why I'm very happy today to say welcome to Nademn Farooq and Happy New Year also.
Thank you.
Nademn Farooq is a young man who has done exceedingly well both professionally and in politics. And I thought that we will like to invite you to discuss because you are in the parliament and now you're a businessman. So let me start by saying that you have a Pakistani background like myself.
Yes, I do.
Right? Yeah. And you are an economist. But most Pakistani always go in engineering or medicine or IT specialist, you know. Why did you choose to be an economist?
Frankly speaking, I don't hope that my father will see this program because
he should.
Actually, you know, I'm just kidding. Because my father actually wanted me to educate myself as a doctor or engineer.
You see?
So, but when I studied samfundsfag, politics and broadly politics and society, social science in gymnasium in college in the third year, I could feel that I was more focused on questions and challenges regarding the social science, economy, history, sociology, and that's why I chose. But at the same time, I liked math to have this scientific view. So I think I chose the optimal combination, and it was to study economics.
It's interesting that you mention your dad on that, you know, because I know for a fact that many minority parents, especially Pakistanis, they make a big effort that their children are much more educated than they are themselves, and Pakistani youth are doing exceedingly well. Did your parents supported you after you have decided to study?
Yes, after some years. No, actually, my family has supporting me all the way. Of course, my father was a little bit disappointed in the beginning.
He wanted you to be a doctor?
Yes, actually, he thought that that by being an economist, I will just sit and make some simple accounting. But when he found out that actually when you're an economist, you can, if you are bright and you are very good to what you do, have a major role in the society. So when he listened about this criticism that economists they have too much power in the society, now he maybe understand that it is not at bad at all.
Because I remember there was a Pakistani guy, Faisal Sethi, who's working for National Bank, you know, and his dad was also not very happy when he decided to study economy, and now he's very proud of his son, you know.
Yes, and I understand that because Faisal, I know Faisal as well. He's a brilliant young man.
Yeah. Okay. You were only 23 years old when you got your master's degree from Copenhagen University.
That's actually not true.
Okay, so
I wish I could say that that's true, but actually I completed my bachelor when I was 23.
Okay,
and then I started teaching and working.
But that is what I was, you know, because it seems when I look at your CV and hear people talk about, they say that you have been a model student, you know, you're very studious and hardworking, you know, and no fun at all. Why so?
I had fun reading the books. Now, actually, when I studied bachelor degree in København University, I found out that much of the stuff was very boring. I liked math a lot, but actually, people say to me, "Okay, you are focusing on numbers the whole day." No, it was the Greek alphabet, because we are just calculating theories and conducting proofs that this theory is correct or not. And then I found out that I like this holistic approach. That I wanted to be economist, but I wanted to have a strategic mindset and to understand politics at the same time. So I could use the economic toolbox more broadly. Then I started to learn about journalism. I worked at Politiken.
Yeah, but that's what I was, that while you were studying before your master's degree, you were already working as a researcher, analyst, and God knows what not. Wasn't it hard to study and work at the same time?
It was very hard, and I got married when I studied masters. But my wife has always been supporting me. Actually, she liked that I was very passionate about things. That it was not just a job for me, and that's actually me in a nutshell. That I'm not really. I underperform a job if the job doesn't actually, if it's not passionate work. Of course I'm professional, but in the long run I have to see some ideas. I have to see that there's some meaning with this, and that it makes a sense, it makes a difference. So I felt that when I had spare time beside my family, then I liked reading books, writing articles. I started to take a journalist education, but I didn't get far because they allowed me in Politiken to write articles. Actually, the fourth day after I started as researcher, I came there in a weekend, and the reporter on the labor market stuff, she was sick, and she said, "Can you manage to write an article about these negotiations about the trade unions?" And I said, "Of course." And I wrote an article. I got my name in the byline, but that was actually the beginning of ending of my career, because then the trade union on the journalist side, they made a complaint to Politiken that they said he's not a journalist.
He didn't study journalism.
Yes. So actually, that was the end of my journalist career.
But maybe it's a blessing in disguise that we got you as a.
Just to tell you that, but actually, I stayed there 2 years more at Politiken, because I learned a lot from the journalist, and that's why of course, sometimes I like to criticize journalists when they make mistakes, or when they are narrow-minded, or when they are trying to frame very strictly. But on the other side, I have this understanding of their working conditions, and that helps me a lot.
They have big deadlines.
Yes.
So then I would like to ask you, after you had your master's degree, did it help you in your professional career?
Yes. Actually, I wanted to work for DI, Dansk Industri, the Confederation of Danish Industries, or a big organization.
Very big,
But I got job at PBS in their risk management department. Now it's called NETS. And it was so exciting that I was there 6 years. I thought I would be there 1-2 years. Actually got job offers from other workplaces, other companies. But actually combining this economic way of thinking, crushing numbers, conducting the numbers in a Excel cell, what do we call it, sheets.
Yes.
And on the other time, understanding the business, not only saying, okay, this is the numbers. No, using the statistics to perform the business for NETS, combining these things, and how to think strategically. And I learned about lean and how to conduct cost-effective strategies, all this. So, and that actually also helped me later in the political career.
Well, coming back to political, not only that you got married, but then you went into politics. Why this move, I mean, you were doing very fine as an economist, and then you go to an uncharted field which is called politics.
Actually, when I studied at master in economics at København University, I always wanted to discuss the world situation and how to cope with different challenges. And one of my fellow students said, Nadeem, either you shut up or you take it to the next level. Be elected, do something, make a difference. You can't just sit here. We like you a lot, but you can't just shout here. And actually, that made me I was keen on to going to politics. At start, I was elected at the Integration Council in Høje-Taastrup municipality.
But why did you choose this liberal, social liberal instead of liberal? The one who
I am very liberal on the economic sense.
Okay.
Also about the freedom for the individuals and the citizens. But I also like that you have to be very progressive and embrace people from different cultures. Not that Venstre doesn't do that, but I found that in Radikale Venstre there were much more. It was a mindset that we embrace people and that we don't see globalization as a threat, but as an option. And a value politics.
And their name also social liberal.
Yes. And I'm not a socialist. So
no. Social liberal is.
Yes. But I just wanted to say that then I used 3 years to be really sure which party I wanted to attend. And then when I joined the party, I was at the first meeting. One of the board members said, "You should go for the election because it seemed that you're very passionate." I said, "No, wait, no election."
And that was in Taastrup.
That was in Taastrup. So I tried in 2001. I was like 50 votes from being elected.
Okay.
And then I tried again in 2009, and actually I got the swung vote, the crucial vote.
Yes.
And I could choose which from the major parties, Social Democrats or the Conservatives, to be mayor, and I chose the Conservative Michael Zieler.
They say that you had only 5-6 votes.
Yes, I had 3 votes, more than our
than
a candidate that was on the head of the list.
From your party?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was lucky.
So after that you won the election, and strangely enough that you helped Michael Zieler to become the mayor and yourself the deputy mayor.
Yes.
But how come? I mean, his party and Danish People Party, you have been working very closely. They are not very friendly parties.
I was actually in coalition with Venstre, Danish People's Party, to support Michael Zieler from the Conservative.
Yeah.
First of all, the Danish People's Party accepted a lot of our demands about also about ethnic minorities, about supported help for some of the children from homes where they do not get support from their homework, and other things, and that Integration Council should have more power in their negotiations with the City Council. That was one thing, that our demands were met, and they complied to our demands. The second thing is
and that's why you helped them.
Yes, and the second thing was that it was the local election. Okay. It was more about which of the mayor candidates did I believe could transform Høje-Taastrup from just being an appendix to a suburban area to Copenhagen, to a developing municipality. And I could see that Michael Zieler, I have been working with him 4 years in the Integration Council, that I believe that he could, and that he was very honest guy. He still is. And at the end, it was not about where I could get most personal in seats or position. Actually, I got a deputy mayor at the 2005 election. It was in 2009, but I chose what was the best for the city and the municipality.
So you are also responsible for investment. And,
yes.
And well-educated citizen. Did you
yes.
succeed?
Partly. If you look at Høje Taastrup on our youngsters, which are uneducated, we still have the same challenges. We have performed a little bit, but marginally, but not significantly. So we still have a major challenge there. But on the other hand, about investments, Danish Industry, their survey, latest survey, we were the best municipality for the business sector investments in the København area, Region Hovedstaden.
Okay.
And it's a clear improvement. I'm not saying that it was only my because of my work, but I actually started formulating, designing some strategies, long-term strategies. So we didn't just think from 1 year to another year, but a 5-10 year horizon.
So Michael Silla is still mayor.
Yes, he's still mayor, and he's doing a good job.
And he's following what you put in practice.
Yes.
Now,
and improving that.
Improving that.
Yes.
Well, you were member of Danish Parliament from 2011 to 2015, but you did not contest the election in 2015 June. Did you get tired of politics? Or this, in the parliament they say there's a lot of intrigues.
Yes, there are a lot of intrigues, and believe me, I never get used to this.
To intrigues,
yeah. But I will be, to be honest, I was not tired of politics. I was tired of having a bad conscience about not having enough adequate time for my family, small children. That was the major reason that I said, okay, my children, they are small now, but in few years they will not be small anymore. And that's now they need me, not when they are 13 or 14 years old.
But don't you miss this political atmosphere, media attention?
I do. But if you take everything into account, I still believe that it was the right decision. I can, if the voters, the citizens want me back, or if my party wants me back, I can go back to politics, but I cannot bring back the time I missed with my children. So that was the crucial consideration.
You were talking about journalists and media. I remember that media called you polite hardliner.
Yes.
And that you listen, but you don't change your opinions. How much they are right?
I think that that interview in I think 2012. It is. It actually reflects how I am. I really try to treat people properly, and I have a very good relationship with almost every politician. I try to be nice and very try to really be a good. Good colleague, but I actually believe passionate about what I say and what I stand, and that's why some people say you should be more soft or you should be more flexible. But my role was also a role given by Radikale Venstre. I was spokesman for labor market affairs and tax affairs to stand very still on the reform track, if you could say so. And I did that, and it was also against the opposition, but also inside the government. I had a role to when we met the minister it was a minister from SF, Socialistic People's Party, and a minister, labor market minister from Mette Frederiksen on labor market. I was supposed to play a key role about the reform and the reform transformation. So I could not just. I was told that Radikale Venstre cannot afford that we are soft, or we are too flexible, or we are too surrendering on these fields. So I'm proud that I lived up to my role.
So that is what I wanted to ask you, because when your party went into government, the last government,
yes,
and they had this famous meeting in the hotel.
Yes.
Afterward, when you look at those 4 years, in my opinion, and also many people, they say that the real prime minister was not Helle Thorning-Schmidt, it was Margrethe Vestager. Because she was very articulate, she was very firm, and lots of policies which she pushed did have some kind of results. Is it true?
It's a media framing.
It's a media framing.
Yes,
so there is no reality in that.
No. I just say that it's not. You can't say it so strictly. But of course, Margrethe Vestager was a very strong key figure. She still is.
But outside Denmark.
As a commissioner, and I think that many companies feel that she is doing a really good job. But I think that in the first 2.5 years in the government, because we had our demands executed well in the charter, regeringsgrundlaget.
For example, your demands about softening these harsh laws about help to refugees and help to minorities, that was changed.
Yes, but on some fields, of course, we had really good. We had many demands written in the charter or the government plan. Yeah. On some areas, it was, of course, a compromise, and we had on some fields. But I would say that the major challenge for the government was that, first of all, that it was a very diversified government with SF, Social Democrats, and Radikale. And we actually, SF and SF actually lost the election, but we went into the government. And it was really the initial baseline was very tough. Actually, when Social Democrats and Radikale were in the government alone, we started to perform really good, and you saw how good Helle Thorning is as a politician, as a prime minister, when in the last year.
Okay, let's come to this new time. I'm sure that you have heard the prime minister's speech.
Yes,
the Queen's speeches. They talk about refugees, terrorism. But what I miss is, in this last many years, there has never been any appreciation of what ethnic minorities have contributed to the society. And even the Queen never says, hello, ethnic minorities who are living here, refugees, my salute to you too. How come?
I think that Her Majesty, the Queen, has been stating some of these things in a more subtle way.
But we live here. She could also say hello to us.
But I think that she tries to take different parameters into account. But maybe she could say it more clear, maybe. But I think that she have been trying to emphasize the necessity of tolerance, all these things.
But now the tone is very harsh.
Yes,
in the media,
it is.
In the politics.
It is.
And sorry to say that your party is also quite silent, you know. And Social Democrat, they are moving towards Danish People Party. Yes. Why all these changes?
Maybe it sounds a bit cynical. Beside that, every party, I believe that every party, of course, say what they mean. Of course, they have some strategies, they have some politics. So they say what they mean. So, of course, we have to take what they say as what it is. On the other side, I think that there is some cynical calculations, of course,
real politics.
Yes, real politics. That I don't know the exact number, but around 2/3 of the Danish population in this area. When we talk about foreigners, immigrants, immigration policies, 2/3 of the Danish population like to support a strict and harsh foreign policy on immigration, or at least maintain the strict policy, or maybe even do it more strict. And this majority has been fluctuating, but I think it's around these numbers, 2/3. That means that if you want the government office, you have to comply to this majority.
Okay.
It's not about majority alone. It's also rated as a very a key issue, a hot issue.
Yeah,
but there's one thing I like to emphasize.
Please.
And I don't say that it's only our government's benefit that we should be that people should thank us for that. But the government, from SF, Social Democrats and Radikale, if you remember, in 2011, that the focus on economy and our focus in the government on economy actually mean that in some years from 2011 until 2013, maybe 2014, we actually didn't discuss foreigners or minorities problem on terrorism, or Muslims wanted to overthrow the Danish democracy. We didn't discuss these things. I know that the discourse was about, the focus was about job creation, but I also think that it was maybe one of the biggest achievements for the government that we did not wanted to try to feed the opinion or the media with these things.
You being a former member of parliament and now you're a businessman, I would very much like you to look in the camera and give a message to the Danish people. What do you expect them in the future?
I would like to say that like the Danes are very different people as any other nationality. The foreign community or the ethnic minorities are very different as well. And of course, we should cope with this situation with the refugees. I really mean that it is a serious situation and we should cope with that. But we should also, on the other hand, look at all the great things from diversity and all the benefits, and we will stand together and help Denmark forward.
With this wonderful positive message, thank you very much for coming, Farooq, and I hope we can invite you some other time. And until next time, my viewers, I hope that you have heard wonderful views from Farooq Nadeem and you can use it in your daily life. Until then, goodbye.